Hey everybody, welcome back to the channel. Today we're going to take a look at the McFarlane Armored Batman from the Batman The Dark Knight Returns series. Yeah, this is a pretty cool figure. I don't really know how comic book accurate that this is. This feels more in line with Batman v Superman than it does The Dark Knight Returns, if I'm being honest. It doesn't have quite the comic book look to it. It's a very cool figure, but it doesn't have that Frank Miller look to it. I will get some comic book images. Matter of fact, let's scoot it over here. I'm going to find some images to put up here on the screen of what he's supposed to look like. And I'm pretty sure that he is going to look a little more, let's see. He's going to look a little more like this. Now, this is the Mattel release, the 6-inch figure. And I'm pretty sure, like, if you look at the face on this guy, matter of fact, just turn it where you can actually see it, and the coloring and stuff, I'm pretty sure the comic book looks a lot more like this than it does that. I could be wrong, but like I said, I'll put some images over here. But anyway, regardless, this is a cool figure. This is what we've got from McFarlane. Let's look at the back. You can see it's a pretty cool toy photography on the back of here, on the back of the box here, and we've got some other images from other figures in the line. I really would like to have that Ben Affleck figure there, but this set actually comes with the additional set of hands, which is pretty cool. And what's neat about this one, just looking at it in the package, the way that the body is sculpted, you would almost think that there's cloth goods on the legs and the arms. Just the way it's sculpted, it has such a texture to it. It's very cool looking. So let's get this out of the package here, and let's get our hands on it and see what this one's all about. Cut the tape on the bottom, pull out the bottom pull the insert from the bottom here, and like I always do, set our box to the side. All right, and let's see, there's our figure. And inside the package, we've got our trading card, and we've got a figure stand. Let's go ahead and get this out real quick. Again, I dig the cards. I think I like the ones with artwork more than the ones that actually have toy photography. But if you want to pause and read that, that's what the data file on the back of the card is. All right, and we're going to put our card with all of our others that we've got here. Nice. And let's get the figure stand off. Now, this is a pretty big, bulky figure. And I already have some suspicions that this is not going to do it. I don't think this figure stand is going to work. I mean, look how big those legs are. All right, so we've got a band here. Looks like it's kind of doubled. Let's see if we can cut through that. There we go. And I believe that's all that's holding him in there. This is a heavy figure. Much heavier than any of the other figures that I've opened from McFarlane. Wow, this thing's a beast. Super bulky, but super high quality feel to it. All right, so let's set him here for just a moment. I'm gonna go ahead and get his other hands out because I will be trying out the other hands. All right, so now we got all this other stuff out of the way. Let's actually get in and get a good look at the articulation and stuff. So, as you can see, you get a fairly decent amount of movement in the shoulders. This armor plating kind of prevents quite a bit, but it's really not that bad. Not as bad as I would think. Of course, you just got standard elbows. There's not double elbows on here, but you do get a swivel, which is nice. Of course, you can rotate the hands because you can take those off. There's not going to be, yeah, you really don't have any ab crunch. Can turn him side to side. Let's see, legs. You don't have a rotation in the thigh. You do have, let's see, you got rotation in the foot, and they actually added that into the foot, the little pivot on the foot. But there's not a whole lot you can do with the foot because this rubbery like armor piece that just kind of drapes over his ankles. I think so. This figure is more about the sculpt and the bulkiness of it than it is about any kind of articulation, because there's really not a lot. Let's see, the head's got really good range on it. That's nice. I do dig that. And as you can see, with out of the box, his left hand is a closed fist, and then his right hand has got this weird kind of almost like pointing his finger. So let's swap those out. There we go. Because I think I do like these other hands better. Yeah, so those are just kind of more open hands. I dig that. Like he's getting ready to grab a hold of somebody. The sculpting on this is very nice. As you can see, like just this sculpting, the way they've got this texture on it, it really looks like he's just got like a gray bodysuit underneath there. You really would think that this is a cloth material, but it's not. That's very cool. But all in all, I mean, even with the limited articulation, this is very nice. So let's let him stand on his own, and we'll lower the camera down, and we'll laugh at this figure stand that's not going to do anything for him. All right, let me lower it down. All right, so we got him lowering down to eye level so we can see how he stands. And as you can see, this guy's bulky. He's got really good stout legs. He shouldn't really have any problem standing. But we'll look at that stand. That's embarrassing that they actually put that in the package. Look how little that is compared to this guy. You know, you need 2 of these. So, yeah, you really, even the NECA stand is probably too small for this. But we'll do it anyway, just because it came with it, and we do have the peg hole on the foot. Yeah, that's a very pointless figure stand. This thing will probably stand better and more balanced if he didn't have his foot up on one of these. Let's see, is it even possible to smush his legs together? Well, I guess it is. I guess it's possible to just make him put his legs together as much as possible to stand on this little stand. I mean, it doesn't look good. It's kind of pointless. Let's try the NECA stand. Yeah, see, the NECA stand's a lot better for this. I do appreciate them giving us a stand, but it needs to fit the actual figure. Yeah, so that's a lot better. Yeah, so let's bring our Mattel version back in. You can see them side by side. I think color-wise and stuff, I actually prefer this Mattel version. It definitely looks more cartoonish, more comic bookish versus the McFarlane. I mean, look at that face. That is a McFarlane, or not McFarlane. That is a Miller face. So, yeah. But this is a very cool. This is a very modern take on it. So I dig that. I dig the head sculpt on it too. Very cool. Matter of fact, let's zoom in so we can see that head sculpt. And let's see. So we'll raise this up a little bit. I'll bring him in so you can see how well the head sculpt is on it. As you see, it's got that Batman v Superman look to it. Very much more movie look than the comic book. Let's zoom back out. So what do you guys think? Have you picked this one up yet? Or do you prefer the original Mattel version? Because I'm somewhat partial to this. Now, I haven't picked up the Carrie Kelly for the McFarlane line. I do have the Mattel. If I ever do pick up the McFarlane version, I'll get the Mattel version out and we'll compare those two. I don't really care that much about it, but yeah, it's a pretty neat figure. I'm glad to have it in my collection. I like the contrast, and you know, even though it's not quite what this is, I'm glad they did something different, and I like to have something to contrast with. So yeah, that's pretty cool. I dig this sculpting a lot. The armor really looks metallic and chiseled and scarred up. So that's cool. I'll give them points for that. Sound off in the comments. Let me know your thoughts. If you picked this up, like the video, subscribe to the channel, all that good stuff. And I'll be back with another one soon. You guys have a great day.